Come to me, my children. Follow the sound of my voice to receive thy blessings. Unburden yourself.
Ow, 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 ow.
And welcome to the Church of Last Resort with the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll. The Church of Last Resort, where your prayers are heard, your sins forgiven, and no matter what you believe, you won't believe this shit. And now, the Irreverent Reverend, the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll.
Good morning, good, blessed morning, brothers and sisters. And this includes our new members who may be enjoying us for the first time, wherever you may be and wherever you want to be, because you may not be where you want to be, yet there you are. In my office, it is Sunday, December 14th, and 70 degrees, and very little humidity. You may see a little glow on my forehead. That is not pregnancy. That is just a little bit of sweat. Yes, indeed. But on the other side of this wall, it's just today it's like 7 inches away. It's 28 degrees, and the snow has stopped, finally. We have 6 inches in the front and 6 inches in the rear, what we call a winter Eiffel Tower. Yes, indeed. Tomorrow's forecast calls for a ketchup shortage because Trump is really annoyed right now. Trump's Dear Satan letters are not being answered, at least not in time for Christmas. Welcome to the Church of Last Resort. I am the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll, PhD, DDS, ADHD, MCM, LIX. I am your tour guide into this heavenly show. Lord have mercy. People have also called me the racy reverend, the pervert pastor, the vile vulgar vicar of vice, the sexy shepherd, the missionary man, the minister of mischief, the wicked witness, the dirty deacon of doggy style, the frisky friar, the ass man abbot, the colored cleric, the booty banging brother, the handsy high priest, Father Fistmas, the wicked I like to watch witness, the holy hoe, the divine dominating dominee, the depraved preacher, the tickle me theologian, the minister of making love, the clergy of cunning conversation while eating pussy, and that nasty N-word. The point is that I come by many names and by many methods, and I do not come easy. So brothers and sisters, as we do every single Sunday, let us begin in the name of George Carlin, Robin Williams, and Richard Pryor. Can I get a fuck yeah? That's right. The fucks and the yeahs are just a little bit slow today, but it's snowing. It's snowing. Well, it's not snowing. It stopped snowing. But if you've ever had to trudge through the snow, you know your steps are a little bit slower. That's right. So, brothers and sisters, it is time for our opening prayers, sponsored by Tantally. If you need an opening, Tantally has your opening needs. If you or someone you know is in need of a prayer by the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll, please send your request for a prayer, a healing, a forgiveness, or any such request to me at drreverendjellyroll@gmail.com. And please remember to spell roll on the end. Put roll with an E on the end, or otherwise one of the other Jelly Rolls, not me, will wind up with your request. And you do not want those people. I mean those people. That's right. Those people, you know what I'm talking about. The ones that spell Jelly Roll without an E. Yeah, those people. You don't want them touching your prayers. No, not even a little bit. As a matter of fact, if they touch your prayers even a little bit, they could get something all over it. And by something, I mean something you don't want all over it. Good God Almighty. Yes, indeed. Now, just so you know, I checked the emails, and the only emails I got today, I got one from Spotify telling me that I have not uplinked anything lately, and that's true, I haven't. Big fucking whoop. Maybe I will now. I don't know. And there's something from Part Select, which when I order parts, I go to Part Select. They're not a sponsor, so fuck them. So, but that's it. I don't have anything from you people. And by you people, you know what I mean. You people. That's right. I don't have anything from you people. So I'm not going to read anything from the emails. That's right. But for those of you who do have prayers and requests in there, good morning, Kickbots. I love my Kickbots. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not the kick, or that is the Kickbot, but hello. I can't read the name. It's something Yahweh, right? Ephraim Yahweh. Hit the sponsor before the prayer. That's right. We do hit the sponsor before the prayer. Although, see, here's the deal. Everything is prayer and nothing is prayer. So now for our disclaimer. Please, our disclaimer. While all prayers are heard, not all prayers are answered when we want them to be. Some loopholes and restrictions may apply. And when I say may, I mean definitely. If you've ever had a prayer that did not come when you wanted, there's a reason. That loophole and that restriction is the reason. So please, 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 brothers and sisters, bow your head unless you're driving your car or your significant other. And if that is the case, just close your eyes like so. Yeah, see how you just close your eyes and just let Jesus do the driving while we pray. You let go of the wheel too soon. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to add another disclaimer. Wait until he grabs the wheel to close your eyes. Okay? I apologize. That's the second week in a row that has happened. Wait until you feel Jesus grab the wheel before you close your eyes. Maybe I'll just change the order. Maybe I'll say, let Jesus grab the wheel and we close our eyes and then he'll drive. I don't know. May have to rewrite it. I'm going to talk to my attorneys. I'll talk to my attorneys about that. Dear Lord, please bless Brother Frank Gehry. Frank Gehry, who designed some of the most imaginative buildings ever constructed, has died. He was 96. According to associates, the dual American-Canadian national died after battling a brief respiratory illness. Now, most respiratory illnesses originate in the lungs, like tuberculosis, emphysema, or acute bronchitis. In rare instances like this, it starts in your briefs, like asthma or not so cute bronchitis, but it's still just as fatal. Thank you. Gehry leaves behind a legacy of hundreds of well-known buildings that he designed across the world, including the Guggenheim Museum in Spain, the Walt Disney Concert Hall in California, the Art Gallery of Ontario in Canada, and the Vance Center for Molecular Studies on the University of Cincinnati's medical campus. Basically, Gehry is what happens when a dyslexic designs the architect plans. That's right. Thanks to you, parents. Thanks to you. Parents can't tell if their child is a genius with their building blocks or if they just need professional help. Rest in peace, Frank. Now we can't tell if buildings are fucked up on purpose or without purpose. Can I get a let go of my Legos? Those are building blocks. Dear Lord, please bless Brother Kerry Hiroyuki Tagawa. Kerry Hiroyuki Tagawa, Japanese-American actor, has died. He was 75. Tagawa died surrounded by his family in Santa Barbara from complications due to a stroke. That reminds me what my pappy used to say. Life is like golf. The fewer strokes you have, the better. Yes, indeed. Tagawa's decades of film and TV roles truly got off the ground in 1987 when he appeared in Bernardo Bertolucci's Oscar-winning film, The Last Emperor. Since then, he appeared in such films as Pearl Harbor, Planet of the Apes, Memoirs of a Geisha, and License to Kill, as well as television shows like the ones I forgot to mention earlier, Nash Bridges and another one. Carrie's mother, Ayako, had been a stage actor in Japan, according to the Honolulu Weekly newspaper Midweek. Tagawa said she asked him not to pursue acting because there weren't many good roles for Asians. Carrie said in a 2005 interview in Midweek, quote, "The good news for Asian actors in Hollywood is that it's better than it's ever been, but the bad news is that it hasn't changed that much. The opportunities haven't increased that much, but commercially there's more exposure." Rest in peace, Carrie. It's a good thing your parents named you after Cary Grant and not Harry Carey. You'd be a terrible baseball announcer. I'm sorry. He would be a terrible baseball announcer. See, when I said Harry Carey, you probably got all racist on me. Excuse me a second. Can I get a That's right. Dear Lord, please bless Brother Tetsu Yamauchi. Yamauchi, sorry. One more time for the road. Dear Lord, please bless. Third time's a charm. Dear Lord, please bless Brother Tetsu Yamauchi. Tetsu Yamauchi, Japanese rock bass guitarist, played for Free in the Faces, has died. He was 79. According to Yamauchi's family, he died peacefully in his sleep, surrounded by family. His cause of death is undisclosed. Undisclosed disease does not see color or ethnicity, unlike ice. It kills without fear or favor. So please, brothers and sisters, help me help you stop undisclosed disease. Tetsu Yamauchi was a bass guitarist who began his career in his native Japan before moving to England, where he joined rock gods Free in their final highly successful year. He went on to join Rod Stewart and the Faces, who extraordinarily found that he partied too much, even for them. Oh, sake. We made a mistake, really, with Tetsu, McLaughlin said. It wasn't his fault, but he was a party boy and thought he was in for lots of drinks and a little bit of playing, while we were looking for more creation and a lot less boozing. Jones concurred. Tetsu was talented, but he was basically a bottle of Teacher's whiskey on the stage. Teacher's whiskey is not a sponsor yet. Call me. Tetsu had 2 solo albums, Tetsu, 1972, and Kikyo, 1976. He also continued recording and touring with his own bands, released albums in 1992 and 1998. That would be Daredevil and Friends. I know Daredevil and Friends is not a Marvel comic series as far as I know. It's Daredevil, 1992, Friends, 1998. See, those are the 2 albums. Daredevil, Friends. He also released an album, Tetsu and the Good Times Roll Band Live. Right. Tetsu and the Good... Man, that's a fucked up name. Tetsu and the Good Times Roll Band Live. That was in 2009. Although the original album was released in 1976. Rest in peace, Tetsu. You party too hard for rock stars. Can I get embalmed before I die? Dear Lord. You know, just for the record, our sound guy's been waiting 3 years to use that gong. We've had it for 3 years. It's starting to get rusted. Dear Lord, please bless Brother Jubilant Sykes. Jubilant Sykes, Grammy-nominated baritone opera singer, has died. He was 71. Jubilant's cause of death was self-inflicted fatherhood. That's right. If he didn't have his son Micah 31 years ago, then Micah couldn't have stabbed him 31 years later. Sykes built a musical career over decades, performing at premier venues worldwide, including the Metropolitan Opera, Carnegie Hall, the Kennedy Center, and the Hollywood Bowl. He earned a nomination for a Grammy Award in 2009 for his role in the recording of Leonard Bernstein's Mass. There are not that many African-American opera singers to begin with. And considering how he died, I guess he just crossed over to hip hop. Rest in peace, Jubilant. You took a stab at opera and your son took a stab at you. Can I get a mic drop? Boom. That's right. I like this is brother, I think it's brother Ephilim Yahweh, or Yud-Hey Vav-Hey, as we say in the ministry. Yud-Hey Vav-Hey. Keep the word, dude. Hope the message reaches those who need it. I hope so too. Matter of fact, I hope it reaches those who don't need it as well. I just want it out there. Thank you. But thank you. Thank you, brother. Yud-Hey Vav-Hey. Dear Lord, please bless brother Jeff Garcia. Jeff Garcia, American comedian and voice actor. You know him from Jimmy Neutron and Happy Feet, has died. He was 50. Jeff died in his sleep, surrounded by family, because they pulled the plug. That's right. Garcia had a brain aneurysm back in the spring, causing him to collapse and hit his head, according to sources, in the ground. He recovered, but faced several medical setbacks and reportedly suffered a stroke weeks before he passed. Like my pappy said, life is like golf. The fewer strokes you have, the better. Garcia appeared on many popular 2000 shows and was best known for his iconic voiceover work in the Jimmy Neutron series. Sources close to the situation, not the guy from that reality show, but Garcia's situation, told TMZ that Garcia felt unwell and canceled multiple appearances prior to his death, but thought he would be okay without treatment and did not go to the hospital. And we see how that turned out. Rest in peace, Jeff. Comedy has lost a good one. On the bright side, G.D. Fenderson just moved up one more spot in the comedy hierarchy. That's right. Can I get a voiceover gig? Dear Lord, please bless brother Jim Ward. Jim Ward, good morning, Sister Ann. Good morning, Sister Ann. Yes, you can get a fuck yeah. Fuck yeah! All right. Dear Lord, please bless brother Jim Ward. Jim Ward, American radio broadcaster and voice actor, you know him from The Fairly Odd Parents and Ben 10, has died. He was 66. Jim Ward's cause of death was advanced Alzheimer's. That's why I never take an advance. Yes, I'm broke, but I'm alive and broke. Yes, indeed. The voice actor was best known for his work on Nickelodeon's The Very Odd Parents. In the animated series, Ward voiced characters like Doug, Dimmadome. Okay, I've never seen Odd Parents, Fairly Odd Parents. Well, I'll take that back. I used to watch it like 20 years ago with my little girl when she used to watch Fairly Odd Parents. Actually 25 years ago when she used to watch it. So if I get these characters' names wrong, it's not my fault. It's theirs. They should have known that 25 years, that some old guy would have to read these fucking names. All right. In the animated series, Ward voiced characters like Doug, Dimmadome, Chet, You Betcha, Diff, and Pa Spivak, among others. Ward's other credits include Danny Phantom, My Life as a Teenage Robot, Ben 10, Cat Scratch, Biker Mice from Mars, and Avatar: The Last Airbender. In 2008, he worked on Wolverine and the X-Men, voicing characters such as Professor X, Sentinels, Warren Worthington II, and Abraham Cornelius, among others. Damn! Ward also did voice work for the Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, Kung Fu Panda, Legends of Awesomeness, We Bare Bears, and Justice League Action. His last animated series was 2016 with New Looney Tunes voicing Squint Eastwood. Motherfucker. No wonder I couldn't get a voiceover work. Rest in peace, Jim. Hollywood lost a talented, they lost a talented voiceover artist, but on the other hand, 15 voiceover jobs just opened up. Come and get one. Matter of fact, can I get just one? Thank you, Lord. And finally, Lord, please bless the entire behind-the-scenes staff at MindDog TV. They are truly doing your work, helping to spread your word throughout the wordosphere. They could be anywhere today, but they're here, wishing they were anywhere today, and that ought to count for something. Something good. MindDogTV.com, the place to go to get your Church of Last Resort gear, also your Coffee with the Dog gear, and your MindDog TV gear. Get all of your significant gear there in time for Christmas and Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and the other holidays in December, winter solstice, Festivus. That's right. We have like a half a dozen holidays coming up. You can get something for someone for everything from MindDogTV.com/merch. Now let's have a little bump. Well, where are we? Here we go. Let's have a little bump for the Lord. That's right. Bump for the Lord, brought to you by Bump in a Bottle, straight from our vineyards to your innards. Wine, just like Jesus used to make. The official wine. This is the official wine of Church of Last Resort. That's right. You can get it anywhere that it's available. You can also get my book at the same places. Even a broken God is right twice a day. So down the hatch. Here you go, Jesus, just for you. Whoa, that's good. I like this. Now my wife has told me that I need to drink this faster because of the type of wine it is. Cheap. It could turn to vinegar. Then I got to use it to make pickled pig's feet. I'm sorry. I don't eat pickled pig's feet. I used to. I miss those things. Anybody out there know what I'm talking about, eating pickled pig feet? You don't know what you're missing. You don't know what you're missing. Can I get a witness? Talk to me about pickled pig's feet. Can I get a witness? Oh, Lord have mercy. That's right. My mic dropped. Not my mic, my earbuds dropped. I thought it was a testicle at first. My fault. So, in the name of George Collins, Robin Williams, and Richard Pryor, can I get a fuck yeah? Fuck yeah! That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Every day, every which way, include, what's it? Every which way but Sunday? Fuck it. It's good. It's good work. Good stuff. I love it. Now, brothers and sisters, I had mentioned our flagship program, Coffee with the Dog. And if you're out there and you have a talent, uh, if you have a talent, a skill, or a product that you want to push, or maybe you're a minister and for some reason you don't like my way of ministering, well, that Coffee with the Dog is not for that. But it's for other shit. So if you have a talent, a product, check it out. And our spokesperson, Sister Curly Hair So Bright, is here to tell you how.
Comedians, musicians, songwriters, filmmakers, authors, and podcasters. Coffee with the Dog is booking for the
fall and winter.
Now. Get free publicity and hone your interview skill in a fun and safe setting. Coffee with the Dog is a live radio, live stream podcast based in New York that airs daily Monday to Friday 9 a.m. to 11 o'clock in syndication on iHeartRadio, as well as video streaming platforms like YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, and many other platforms. Guests usually come on remotely via StreamYard, like Zoom but easier, although occasionally we do in-studio interviews. The morning show focuses mainly on comedians and musicians, and they have interviewed many top names and classic celebrities such as Robert Klein, Mike Binder, Eddie Brill, Doug Stanhope, Steve Byrne, Paul Provenza, Jeff Altman, and many, many others. For booking, go to minddogtv.com/booking.
That's right. Thank you, Sister Curly Hair So Bright. She has been a wonderful, wonderful ambassador for the Church of Last Resort and for Coffee with the Dog. And I don't know how many years she has left on her contract, but Lord have mercy, we know that she's irreplaceable. We cannot replace her. Can we? No, we can't. We cannot replace her. And I just found out that it is pronounced Elium. Elium. Yud-Hey-Vav-Hey. Elium Yud-Hey-Vav-Hey. All right. So thank you for watching. It's your first time here. I'm not going to pick on you. Just trying to acknowledge it. Just trying to acknowledge it. That's all. Welcome. 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 Well, you could actually watch before and just not comment it. So it's your first time me noticing your comment. So that's why I did it. I want to encourage people to comment, even if I can't see them right away, because the comments are over there and my notes are right there. Now, brothers and sisters, in today's segment of Looking for God in All the Wrong Places, we're going to look at the song Bitter Sweet Symphony, as sung by the Verve. Apparently there are other versions of Bitter Sweet Symphony that are not sung by the Verve, but we're going to deal with the Verve version. Now, the song Bitter Sweet Symphony by the Verve explores the tension between hope and frustration in life. Okay. It acknowledges the beauty of life while also highlighting the struggles and materialism that can trap individuals in a cycle of dissatisfaction. The lyrics reflect a sense of being trapped and powerless, emphasizing the feeling of desperation as one tries to shape one's life amidst circumstances beyond their control. That's right. I say it again. Life and the circumstances beyond their control. Brothers and sisters, there's a lot of things in life that are beyond your control. Yes, indeed. If you need help with them, you're like everybody else. You're like a million different people from one day to the next. But we'll get to that. Ultimately, the song conveys a bittersweet experience where the pursuit of meaning and freedom is met with the harsh realities of existence. Yes, indeed. So the song starts out. The lyrics begin to so. Cause it's bitter, cause it's a bittersweet symphony, this life. trying to make ends meet. You're a slave to the money, then you die. Bitter Sweet Symphony. Okay, now, I want to break that down, okay, because it's the title of the song. We know what bitter is, okay? Bitter, not like they're saying it not in Britain, but in America, because in Britain you say, it tastes a little bitter than it did yesterday. I added a little seasoning, not bitter. No, I'm talking bitter, as in, damn, oh, what crawled up in you and died? You know, that kind of bitter. You know, bitter, like the zest of a lemon peel, that kind of thing. You lick a lemon, bitter, all right. We know that life can be like licking a lemon, but it's also sweet, okay? Like licking something like a tomato, yes. Well, tomatoes aren't sweet, but they can be. The point is, you have two opposing taste sensations, a bitter and sweet, combining to make the symphony, okay? A symphony. Now, let's break that word down just a tad. Symphony is an elaborate musical composition for full orchestra. Okay, that means everybody participates. Okay, typically it's in 4 movements, at least one of which is traditionally in sonata form. Now, I'm not talking about Frank Sinatra. I'm talking about, okay, I'm going to define sonata because every time I use a different word, okay. Sonata is a vague term and its precise interpretation depends on the era and context in which it was used. In the classical era, a sonata is, I don't know, because they don't have a real definition for sonata. They just refer to it. It doesn't have a real definition. It changes. So, but for example, in this era today, sonata is a sedative, also called a hypnotic. It affects chemicals in your brain that may be unbalanced in people with sleep problems, like insomnia. Okay, that's what a sonata is today. But 200 years ago, that's not what a sonata was. So, but a symphony is, like I said, full participation of everybody. So this Bitter Sweet Symphony, it is bitter and sweet, and we're all playing. We're all making the music, every last one of us. Now, it says it's in 4 movements. 4 movements. Does not say what the 4 movements are, because that depends on your philosophy. Okay? Are you Buddhist? Are you Christian? Are you Muslim? Are you Zoroastrian? Are you drunk? Are you a junkie? You know, those doesn't matter. If you have a philosophy, those 4 movements are going to be different. For example, according to the Godfathers, the 4 movements are birth, school, work, death. That's right. Birth, school, work, death. That's according to the Godfathers, because other people will have 4 other different movements. Now, if we go back to the word symphony and break down symphony, because it's important, because the whole song is about a bittersweet symphony. That's why I'm spending so much time on this word, symphony, all right? Now, let's break the word down. Sim and phony. Okay, Sim is a puzzle platformer that explores social anxiety disorder. You play as Josh, a teenage boy trying to reconcile a maze of 2 contrasting worlds that coexist within the blank spaces of each other. His perception of reality and the world he created to avoid his fears. That's SYM. Some people are going sim, like SIM, like simulated world. No, that's not how you spell symphony. It's SYM, at least in this country. Now, phony, we all know what phony is. That would be like somebody pretending to be a minister on a Sunday, when he lost his license to practice ministering a little while ago. But he kept the books, and he still has his little documents, his little credentials. So nobody that you check his wall, and his wall says minister. Okay, he doesn't have to post a letter that says we don't like you no more. You too controversial. Get out. Okay, so he doesn't have to post a letter. So people walk in his office, they go like, "You became a minister in 1996?" So, yes, I did. You've been doing this a long time? Yes, I have. God bless you. Doing the Lord's work? Yes, I am. They don't see the letter that came in 1998 that says, "What the fuck you doing to our principles?" Didn't see that letter. So, but that's an example of what a phony would be. I can't think of anybody that would apply to, but I'm just saying. Now, the next line, let me see here. I got to back up because I passed the line. Okay, yes. Trying to make ends meet. You're a slave to the money, then you die. Okay? Now, some people are familiar with, I believe it's a Bob Dylan song, "You're going to have to serve somebody." In the Gospels, it says, you're going to have to choose a master who you're going to serve. So in this case, we're a slave to the money. Now, according to the Gospels, love of money is the great sin. It's not money itself. It's what we will do for money, that, and who we will do for money. That is the sin, not the money itself. The money itself is like fire. It's like any other tool. It depends on what you do with it and how you embrace it. So from one, yes. And of course, it says, then you die. The fourth movement. Now, no matter what philosophy most philosophies, the four movements, the first one is almost always birth, and the fourth one is almost always death. It's these two here that aren't always the same. Okay, but birth and death, those two are consistent. Now, there are some people say, well, you had a life before this life. We haven't been able to actually prove that. And then those who say you have a life after this life. We can't exactly prove that either. So as far as what we can prove and what we know, there's just the four movements. And birth is the first one, and death is the fourth. The lyrics continue. I'll take you down the only road I've been down. That's it. You know, the one that takes you to the places where all the veins meet. Yeah. Okay. I'll take you down the only road I've ever been down. Now that's, you think about it. We only have this life. Okay. And this is the only life you lived. This is the only road you've been down. He's saying, this is the only road I've been down. Now, like I said, we can't prove that there was a previous life. There have been experiences under hypnosis that suggest that there's something before this. But he's saying, this is the only life I know. And I can take you down it. I can take you down this road. It's the only one I know. And we're going to go to the places where all the veins meet. Now, that's kind of funny. And I don't mean ha-ha funny. I mean, let me get my board out. Yes. Okay. Because this could have two different meanings. All right. Two different meanings or several. Okay. Let's do this. All right. Where's the places where all veins meet? All right. Now, you have two options. And I'm going to do this. This is a heart. Hearts do not shape like this. Okay. Hearts do not shape like that. Okay. That's not how a heart shapes. They're shaped more like that. And they got these like chambers in there. But that's beside the point. Now, I'm using this as an example so that you can see what I'm going to display next. Okay, this red is the arteries. Okay, they leave the heart carrying oxygenated blood, and it does other stuff too. This blue is the vein. Okay, and veins. There's two places veins meet. Two places where all veins meet. One is the heart, okay, and this is, and what this is taking here, it comes back without oxygen. It gets oxygen, but it's no longer a vein. It's not a vein here, it's an artery. And then it goes around here, and where do veins meet? They meet at the heart, and they meet at the capillaries. And both places, exchanges take place. So wherever the veins are meeting, there is an exchange, okay? An exchange of nutrients, an exchange of things of value to the body. In this case, things of value to the body, like it says oxygen, let's say vitamins, nutrients, minerals, amino acids, all that shit. But also it gets rid of waste because it's the place where all veins meet. I drew that up so that you have an idea, a picture in your head, because he says where all veins meet. And what the veins are doing there depends on where these places are, which place he's talking about. But he doesn't define it. So that's up to you. Are they meeting at the heart, or are they meeting at the capillaries? Like I said, capillaries are like the low pressure zones. Okay, I already moved the thing. I can stop pointing. You can't see it. It's like low pressure. When the heart pumps the blood into the aorta, blood is under pressure. And so the aortas, even though an aorta and a vein are made of the same material, they're made the same. They're not made for the same. Okay. The arteries are designed to handle pressure. The veins are not. If there's too much pressure in the vein, you get things like aneurysms and shit like that. So, and I'm giving you this information because, again, I want to give you like a concrete example of what he's talking about. The places where all veins meet. Now, he's, in his song, he's in the city. So it's his downtown where all veins meet. Maybe there, but it's in his world where all things meet. But I'm just giving you the body version so that you can say, well, what is the heart of this town? What is the capillaries of this town? Because that's where all the veins meet, in this place where we are. That's up to your interpretation. The song continues. No change. Okay, no change. I can change. I can change. I can change. But I'm here in my mold. I'm here in my mold. But I'm a million different people from one day to the next. I can't change my mold. No, 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 no. No, I can't change my mold. No, no. Okay, there's a metaphor here. The metaphor is, he says, first of all, he says, I'm a million different people. Obviously, he's not a million different people, literally. So obviously, it's a metaphor. What is it a metaphor for? I know what he metaphor. He metaphor a little love. Okay. He's the metaphor. He is either playing different roles in his life. Think about your own life. You're either, you could be the father or mother, sister or brother, cousin, aunt or uncle, child. You could be the parent, the child, the cousin. Then you get outside of the family dynamic, and then you go to work. You could be the boss, and you could be in the middle where you are subservient to a boss and the boss of others. Many hats there. You could be Then you get into your circle of friends, where the hat you wear is, you're the serious one, you're the smart one, you're the funny one, you're the one who picks up the tab, you're the hero, you're the one who bails people out, or you're the fuck up, you're the one that people go, oh, Jesus Christ, there they go again. We all have roles. And it says he's like, or is he like the million different people? No, he's saying like I'm like a million different people, and they all have roles. We're all the same. But the point is, it's a metaphor. He himself is not a million different people. And it says, here in my mold. Now, this is when we are starting to be, when we are children, quite often, first of all, we're born, we have all this potential, and we pretty much can be almost anything within reason and do almost anything within reason. And then things happen. When children are born, they all speak the same gibberish. All right. And then the first mold they get put in is the language that they're going to speak. If you're raised by English-speaking parents, that is the first mold. If you're raised by Japanese-speaking parents, that is your first mold. If you are, you come from a country that has, that is your first mold, okay? Because you need that to communicate with everybody else who's going to also shape who you become. Because you're not going to be shaped by people you don't understand. You can't read their language. So that's your first mold. And he says he can't break that. I'm stuck in my mold. So any changes he makes, he says, I can change, but I have a mold. So how much can he actually change? So for example, if your mold is English and you move to, let's say, Japan, to get out of your mold, you have to learn Japanese. You can still keep the English, but you got to learn Japanese to get out of your mold. So are you getting out of your mold, or are you adding more to your mold? Is your mold just growing? And if your mold grows too much, do you have to throw it out when it starts to smell? Just saying. The next line begins, or next line continues. Well, I've never prayed, but tonight I'm on my knees. Yeah. I need to hear some sounds that recognize the pain in me. Yeah. What they're saying right here, they are so desperate. I've never prayed before, but I'm so desperate, I'm willing to try anything. And so tonight I'm praying, because so far the other stuff has not helped to ease my suffering. There's an expression called, there's an expression that says, there's no such thing as an atheist in a foxhole. Now, when I was 16 or 17, I was with this fox named Terry, and I was all up in that hole. I was praying. I was thanking God for the opportunity. I was praying that it would never end and that the condom wouldn't break. But if it did break, let it be because I overcame the restraints of the condom. We shall overcome. We shall, oh, never mind. The point is, he was so desperate that he started to pray, and he wanted some kind of acknowledgement of the suffering, even if they couldn't fix the suffering. He says, just hear me out. I just want to hear something, someone to acknowledge and say, yes, you're suffering. Okay? Just some kind of acknowledgement. And the next line says, I let the melody shine. Let it cleanse my mind. I feel free now. But the airwaves are clean. There's nobody singing to me now. So while he was praying, he did hear something, whatever the source is, and it did ease it for a little while. He says, I feel free now. Okay? I let the melody shine. So whatever he heard, it hit him, he touched it, and he let it shine. And then, and it cleansed his mind, and then he felt free. Then he goes, but the airways are clean. Okay, so now there's nothing coming in. I don't hear anything. The airways are clean, and there's nobody singing to me now. So whatever he had, it was only temporary. Why was it temporary? Was it temporary because once it got in him, he didn't believe that there was that much goodness? And so it says, that can't be right. I don't feel right about this being good, and he let it go. Or was it he only had, let's say, 3 ounces of goodness coming in, but he has 7 ounces of distractions and difficulties. And so the 7 ounces outweigh the 3 ounces. And so the goodness is actually still there. He just can't feel it now. He can't hear it because it's been overwhelmed. So does he need to pray 3 more times so that he have 9 ounces of goodness versus 7 ounces of badness? That's up for you to decide what you need. So here he thinks that, like I say, he thinks he hears the answer. This kind of reminds me, there was a movie. It's an old bit. It's been many, many, many iterations. You may know it from, let's say, Young Frankenstein. Okay. When Igor says, he grabs the luggage, and it's kind of heavy, and he goes, I got it, I don't got it. I got it, I don't got it. That's kind of what it's like. He prayed, and he got it, I don't got it. Now we go back to a common refrain in the song, and it says it over and again. I'm not going to do it every single time, but it goes, don't change, I can change, but I'm here in my mold, okay? I'm a million different people from one day to the next, okay? I can change, no, I can't change. So there's more frustration. It's like the same cycle where he starts off almost where he begins, or near where he begins. He's like, I can change, I can't change, I can change, I can't change. And then he goes back to the very beginning, because the reason he can't change, because it's a bittersweet symphony, this life, trying to make ends meet, trying to find some money, then you die. I'll take you down the only road I've ever been down. You know, the one that takes you to the places where all the veins meet. Yeah. Okay, so the song has like this vicious cycle where he starts off saying, no, it's a bittersweet symphony. It's rough. It's got some good stuff. It's got some bad stuff. It's kind of overwhelming. I need to change. I need to do something better. And he gets so desperate, he prays. He gets a little relief. Then he goes right back to where he was, that circle. And again, now, bring you back here. Okay. Here it's oxygenated, okay? It's got oxygen for the body, gets to the cap, then it gets into the vein, comes back to the heart. It's like a vicious circle, okay? And this is what he's going through. Now, the places where the veins meet, okay? The heart corollaries, okay? And this place, maybe the heart is where he prays. He's exhausted. By this time, there's like no oxygen left in there. No oxygen. By the time you leave this capillary, there's no oxygen left. None. You come to the heart where all the veins meet. You get more oxygen and you feel refreshed. And then by the time you get here, all the oxygen is gone. And now where the veins meet, the capillaries, the low pressure zone, where you pray. And you work your way back to the heart where all veins meet. So the 2 places where all veins meet. So brothers and sisters, again, the rest of the song is pretty much the same thing. I can't change. I'm stuck in my mold. How do I can't change. I can change. I can't change. I'm in my mold. Have you ever been down? And that's how the song ends, with the repeating of this question. Have you ever been down? Have you ever been down? Have you ever been down? Again, it's like he's looking for someone to acknowledge his pain and share theirs. So all of you people who have been down, not bent down, all of you who have been down, join together. Okay, join your strengths, pick each other up. Okay, even when you're down, find strength in each other, cheer each other up, and work your way back to the places where all veins meet. Yes, indeed, that's what I'm talking about. I think that concludes Looking for God in All the Wrong Places. Bitter Sweet Symphony by the Verve. Please feel free to correct me or to add to, have any thoughts of your own about the song, feel free. Or email me your thoughts. If you don't want it to be public, you can email me, drreverendjellyroll@gmail.com. I'll answer, and I won't make you feel stupid. Well, okay, I will answer it. How you feel about it is up to you. So, when I want to take this opportunity to promote a relatively new podcast. It's got 6 weeks out there. It's G.D. Fenderson and Alan Katz. Technically, it's Alan Katz and G.D. Fenderson, because Alan Katz is the mastermind behind the podcast. It's called What Makes Us Laugh, and there's a little promo for it right there. Right.
Hi, I'm Alan Katz, writer, producer, and proud professional podcaster.
And I'm G.D. Fenderson, certified forensic humorist. And we have a...
I'm sorry, GD, I don't hate to interrupt, but what the hell is a certified forensic humorist?
I'm the guy the comics call to find out why a joke died.
Oh, you're a coroner for jokes, but cornier.
Want to know why that last joke died?
Because you wrote it? What Makes Us Laugh? New episodes drop every Tuesday. Find it wherever you find your favorite podcasts.
Yes, What Makes Us Laugh? Well, they take a serious look at comedy. I've heard good things about the podcast. Oi, blink. So, now, brothers and sisters, I thank you so much for having watched. Thank you, Sister Ann. Thank you very much. Sister Ann wrote, great sermon, Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll, and Matt tomorrow morning. Okay, Matt tomorrow morning refers to Coffee with the Dog, our flagship program, which is up to its 4 millionth episode. Actually, it's like 1,000 something, where people are welcome to show up and engage in conversations in the chat and live, and it's a great show. Otherwise, G.D. Fenderson wouldn't wake up in the morning to do it. So, brothers and sisters, before I close, I'd also like to promote G.D. Fenderson's. If you need a comedian, want to rent a comedian, please consider G.D. Fenderson at gigsalad.com/G.D. Fenderson. He is available for like most areas. He'll drive for like 4 to 6 hours easily. I also want to thank you, those of you who subscribe to my fledgling YouTube channel, and I'm going to keep saying fledgling until it stops being fledged. Okay, once it gets to be bigger, I would just say YouTube channel, but it's still fledgling. So help me get beyond fledgling, my YouTube channel and my fan book, my Facebook fan page. Bless you. Bless you all. And on behalf of the Church of Last Resort and the entire Roll family, my wife Amona, my kids Cinnamon and Jelly Jr., our cat Tootsie, who's doing much better now, thank you. Turns out that she does not have diabetes. We do not know why she has a drinking and pissing problem, but her kidneys are fine. She's, but thank you for the thoughts and the prayers and the bones and the bottles and the bags today. Thank you. She's doing just fine. Our dog Stop Dropping, who is want to know why you haven't sent him any prayers and well wishes. He's like, well, I'm here, but it's okay because he's fine. He's healthy. I wish you all safe travels, and I hope you will join us next week at 9 a.m. Eastern Orthodox Time on Mind Dog TV and everywhere that our word is heard. And in the name of George Carlin, Robin Williams, and Richard Pryor, can I get a fuck? Yeah? Fuck yeah! Thank you.